Hello, I'm Marbozir and welcome to Colonization Beyond Earth Rising Tide preview. So, thanks to Firaxis and 2K, I'm able to show you a preview of the Rising Tide expansion to Beyond Earth. This is going to be the first 250 turns of the game, and we are going to play as the Chungsu sponsor. That's one of the new sponsors, and their thing is that they get an extra covert agent, and they get 10 science per each successful operation in a foreign city. You can also improve this as you play, but we're going to talk about that as we play. I started with retrograde thrusters, which gives us a slightly bigger area that we can land our first city in. And that's because the other special thing about the Chungsu is that they can start an aquatic city. So they can land in water if they are able to. Which is why we are playing on Atlantean map in this case. There are quite a few new major features in the Rising Tide, but we are going to talk about the new features as we play. So, let's decide our city location first. We got some Firaxite in range, also some Floatstone, Xenomass. Where do we want to start this city? Kraken Nest. Okay then. Xenomass, eggs. Okay, what's the best location here? Probably somewhere around here. I'm leaning towards this one. Or this one, and then we would have... No, I don't think we care about having Kraken Nest in range. Not really, no. 7 Floatstone. Well, that is quite a lot of Floatstone. So the special thing about aquatic cities is that they can move. So it's not that important where exactly we're going to land, because we will be able to move that city. I think it's best to land next to as many resources as possible, so that we can claim them right away. Which means right here, for example. Then we'll claim 3 very useful tiles right from the start. I like that plan. Let's start right here. So now, if we go into the city, there will be an option to move it. So, once we move the city, we will claim all the new tiles that will be next to our new location. That's the primary way for aquatic cities to claim tiles. You just move them, and you claim new tiles as you go. It does cost quite a bit of production, so we don't really want to start from that right now. That would take 10 turns, and that would be a little bit silly. You might already see something new in the old Earth relic. So this is a new resource, the Diplomatic Capital. Diplomatic Capital is used for diplomatic actions, basically, but it's also used to improve your trades. So let's talk about those real quick. If we go into diplomacy, this is a whole new diplomacy screen now. This is us. We haven't met anyone yet, so there's no one to talk with. But we can check out our leader. So this is our trait. Now, if we go into manage my personality traits, we'll have an option to improve that trait and make it better. So in this case, the second tier would give us more science per each successful covert operation, and the third tier would give us even more science, 30 in this case, and 1 additional covert agent. There are also agreements, and these are the agreements other leaders can make with us, because we have this trait. Which is a pretty interesting idea, actually. Anyway, we can also add new personality traits. I can't show you that part right now, because we don't have enough diplomatic capital, but just so you know, we'll talk about that, and we'll check them out once we get enough diplomatic capital. So, let's get out of this screen. Actually, there's also affinity. So, the other major feature of Rising Tide are hybrid affinities. And this is the new affinity screen. You can now be any combination of 2 affinities. You will always have a dominant affinity, so your primary affinity will always be 1. So, if you go, let's say, Purity, that will be your affinity for the purpose of diplomatic relations. So you will have better relations with other leaders that also have Purity. It doesn't really matter if you then go Purity Supremacy, for example. That won't make a leader that picked Supremacy first like you. You are still Purity primarily. But there are hybrid affinities now, and this is the affinity screen. But this will be a lot easier to talk about and show once we actually get any affinity levels. But you can get a lot of different combinations of these abilities here. And it does make the whole affinity game more interesting for sure. Hybrid affinities also affect units. There are quite a few interesting unit combinations. But again, we'll talk about those once we actually get to that point. Other than that, let's get started. We'll probably want to explore. We do have that Kraken nest, so I think it's a good idea to start from that. So these things are some of the new units. They will not attack us, but they are just going to sit there and block the way. If we attack them, they are going to attack us back. So I think it's best to avoid that. I assume we can actually excavate this? Yes, we should be able to do that. Alright, I did start with a worker because I still think that's one of the better starts with a free worker on turn 1. We will grab a farm right away. Yep, we will grab a farm right away. So, as for our production, let's see. Old Earth Relic. This will give us extra diplomatic capital. +2 per turn, as well as +2 culture per turn. As for our research, right, so if we go for a planetary survey, this will allow aquatic cities to move into ocean tiles. I don't think we need that right now. What do we want? We probably want to reveal resources on the map, so titanium. Titanium can be a really nice production boost. So I think I'll start from engineering to reveal titanium on the map. We could also start from pioneering, because, you know, we need that for a colonist. So that's probably a good idea. Alright, pioneering, but then we'll probably go for engineering. Oh, and we did start with a covert agent. We can't really perform any operations in foreign cities right now, because we haven't met anyone just yet. So, what do we want to pick here? Production. Assign. And he's going to stay at our headquarters for now. Alright, so next turn. There are quite a few smaller new features in Rising Tide as well. So, for example, there are these new terrain features. Oh, wow. Okay, that's a lot of Hydra Coral. Right, because these things will expand like this, and they will grow, kind of block the way. They will not attack us, but if we attack them, they will retaliate. So it's probably a good idea to not piss them off just yet. Here's our first quest. Find 2 resource pods. Sounds good. We can certainly try to do that. So we can't really excavate. Well, unless we kill this thing, which we can't really do right now. We'll have to pass on the Kraken nest. We aren't going to release the Kraken. Let's go explore and find the resource pods. There's one over here already. And there's an alien nest right next to it. And we got an alien reaper incoming. How much damage can we do to it? 39. We can probably kill that thing, or it will run away. The first resource pod. Alright, let's go find one more. Oh, also, you don't automatically destroy alien nests once you move into them anymore. You have to actually take an action to destroy them. It will piss off nearby aliens. Just so you know. We got a solar collector from that one. I think I'd rather save it for now. We can launch it a little bit later. So now we have an action here that will allow us to pillage the alien nest. It will piss off the nearby aliens, but I don't really want this thing this close to our capital city. This will give us energy or food. But yeah, it will anger nearby aliens. We got 25 energy. Okay, then let's move away from that alien. Would be nice to not lose our explorer right at the start. And we can develop a virtue. I don't think there are any major changes here. At least I went through the virtues really quickly and I didn't notice any major changes. Well, the most major change here is the background, but that's purely cosmetic. Alright, I think we'll go with prosperity. And I might pick up a free colonist Or at least a free worker. Probably not colonies, because this is kind of a dead end. Alright, we'll go for prosperity. I like that plan. So, how pissed off are the aliens? Probably quite a bit. Might be a good idea to heal that explorer before we explore any further. Yeah, I think that's a good plan. Alright, the first farm is done. Let's move into the city for now. To maybe kill that Reaper. Well, we definitely pissed off the aliens, that's for sure. He will stay here and heal. And he's gone. So, I think it will be a good idea to get a soldier. But let's grab a clinic first. That's only 8 turns. And it will give us 1 extra science, which is definitely going to be necessary. Work barge to improve that. So, one of the new features on the map, yeah, are marvels. That's exactly it. So, marvels are terrain features. Each biome gets its own unique marvel. And once you discover them, you will get a quest. If you complete a whole chain of quests related to that marvel, which from what I know will direct you to various locations within that specific biome, hold that thought. +1 culture, yes, from relics. So anyway, once you complete the entire quest chain for a specific marvel, you will get a major game-changing bonus, or the faction that completes it will get a bonus. I think only one faction can do that from a marvel, so you will compete for that bonus with other factions. I won't tell you what exactly these bonuses are because I don't know, but they are supposed to be big and game-changing. So it's something worth competing for. It's an interesting new feature. I'm looking forward to see how that's going to affect the game in the long run. Alright, do we want to grab that free worker just yet? Or... well... yeah, I suppose we can. Alright, grab the worker. We'll improve things much faster that way. So, another farm. 6 more turns to get that clinic. I might consider moving the city a bit. After that... I wouldn't mind the copper, but... we would have to move several times to get that. Probably not going to happen. Yeah, the aliens aren't happy with us, that's for sure. Okay. Well. They aren't doing anything bad right now. We should be fine. Maybe kill that Reaper before it runs away. That would be good. I think we can kill it with our explorer. No, we can't. Anyway, let's go, you know, actually explore. Let him do his job. That's what his job is supposed to be. Not just sit around pretending to be useful. We need to find one more resource pod for the quest. And we can pick up another virtue, so that's going to be plus 15% build speed. I might actually go for that free colonist. I'm strongly considering that. We'll definitely want the synergy bonus anyway. So yeah, okay, let's go for the free colonist. It's pretty good. And there are some pretty nice locations around here. Alright, we're up to 3 population. Can we get more production if we switch? We can, but we will slow down city growth. Yeah, let's go for the extra production. The clinic is almost done. Kill that Reaper. Done. And yep, keep working on the farm. No, that's a work barge. We shouldn't be constructing anything else around there. And we found another alien nest. Okay, that looks a little bit different. Might be a good idea to get rid of that if possible. It will piss off the aliens. We got the resource pod. So we are about to finish that quest. Okay. Production. Let's grab a soldier, or we could move the city. That would take 6 turns. Do we want to move it right now? Now, let's get a soldier. You know, to protect ourselves. That sounds like a useful thing to do. Not get murdered by aliens. Especially if we decide to keep pissing them off. Alright, let's grab the resource pod. That's 12 research. And we completed the quest, which is plus 20 science. And we got an artifact. So artifacts are another new feature. These basically give you things. But if you save them for a bit and then fill all 3 of these slots, you will get a greater bonus, basically. I could use the artifact right now to get plus 96 production, or I could save it for later, combine it with other artifacts to get a greater bonus. So that's pretty much it, in a nutshell. We got pioneering, and more aliens that are unhappy with us. As for research, let's grab engineering. I kind of want to know where titanium is on the map, since titanium can be a really nice production boost early on. So we will excavate the alien skeleton for sure, but I'm considering destroying that alien nest. I think it's a good idea. There are 2 alien nests right next to each other. Okay then. Interesting. They aren't that close to us. But I want the resources, the energy and food. So done. And we got another artifact. So now if we combine them both, we'll get plus 9.6 food, plus 96 production, and plus 96 energy. If I just use them individually, well, actually, we will get all the same stuff if we use them individually. We'll wait for the third one. Alright. 25 food. Let's go excavate that alien skeleton next. I don't like that sea dragon too much, but it's not being very aggressive, so it's probably fine. Alright, grab that. This is a pretty nice location for a city. We are on top of Miasma, but we obviously want to excavate that regardless. Develop virtue. Yep, let's grab the colonist. That's definitely a good plan. And where do we want that city? I think I'll go for land-based city this time. This seems like a pretty good suggestion. We'll get the copper in range, we'll get floatstone. We'll also get xenomass in range. Or is that in range? Yeah, it looks to be in range. Okay then. Alright, let's go there then. There are some aliens on the way. Might not be a bad idea to wait for the soldier. Yeah, I might wait for the soldier actually. There's a resource pod over here. Well... Alright, let's wait for the soldier. The aliens are making me a little bit nervous. Alright then. Well, the workers are going to be unemployed for now. We need to wait for our second city. Not much else to improve around here. Doesn't mean that they aren't going to be useful. There's another resource pod to the east. We will grab that. I could probably move through with that colonist already, but nah. Don't want to risk losing him. That would be a bad start. We got 14 affinity towards purity. Interesting. And we got an artifact. So, what if we combine these two? These are the same types. Let's see. Plus 48 food. Plus 9.6. What if we use all 3? There. Cities can bombard through terrain obstacles. Oh, interesting. So you need to get all 3 to get a special bonus. Let's complete the research then. There. So now cities can bombard through terrain obstacles. Very nice.
How much
and we got some affinity progress. We got level 1 purity.
All I can think of is everything I've left
we can
behind.
upgrade our non-existent units. Alright, so these are the upgrades. There are quite a few. There are a whole lot of hybrid units, since there are hybrid affinities now. And this is how the upgrade thingy looks like at the moment. So we can go for any type of hybrid units as we gain affinity levels, and this is how they look like on the left side. You can check out all the upgrades down here. There are a lot of new possibilities when it comes to units. And that's just the base soldier right here. Alright, so our first promotion is going to be plus 15% strength when attacking. I like that one. Alright, done. And patrol boat, we are also going to upgrade that one. Plus 20% against naval melee units. Yep. I can show you some of the other choices really quick. From the hybrid affinities. Mostly from the hybrid affinities. Some are pretty interesting. Alright, extra strength against naval melee units. Accept. 2 more turns. Okay, let's go grab the resource pod and get our expedition module back. Alien nest. Oh, there's an alien nest right here. Right. Should probably get rid of that then. Which will piss off the aliens even more, I suppose. But we are going to start a city right there. Well, so much for that explorer. RIP. We'll need a new one. We can get started on a new one as soon as that soldier is done. Just 1 more turn. Alright, there he is. We can escort our settler with that. And we'll send the worker with them. Not much else we can improve here. We still got that solar collector. Our city is a little bit bigger now, so it's probably a good idea to launch it by now. We can do exactly that. And we need to replace our explorer. That is going to take quite a few turns. It was unfortunate that we lost it. But oh well, it's fine, we'll get a new one. It's not the end of the world. Yet. Okay, alien scarab. Not sure if I like that guy too much. Might want to wait for the marine. Yep, we're going to wait for the marine. So we aren't going to move very quickly as a result, but we definitely need an escort. I wouldn't want to lose a colonist. That would be pretty bad. Alright, virtue. We need 2 more to get our synergy bonus. So we could grab helping hands. Or we could just skip that, because we can go through pathfinders later. And we can start working on either knowledge or industry. I think I prefer knowledge. The 30 extra science from finishing expeditions would be pretty useful. Okay, let's go for knowledge.
If the personality...
Oh yeah, nice. So we have 136 diplomatic capital now. If we go into diplomacy, that will give us an option. Well, no, we would need 150 to get tier 2 of our basic perk. But no, we can't add new personality traits either. Right, we need 150. The game lies, basically. Okay, we'll wait for 150. We still need to go through here. Well, that's 2 aliens right next to each other. And quite a lot of miasma. Engineering is done. I'm waiting for 150 diplomatic capital, so that I can show you the traits. What do we want to research now? We probably want to reveal more resources, so chemistry. That will also unlock the laboratory and the recycler. So that's a good idea. And we got quest decision. Okay. A station. To food, to science, or for energy. Let's go for the science one. There it is. Okay. Keep moving. Ignore that alien, I think. Yeah, ignore that alien. We need to start our city ASAP. The sooner the better. 2 more turns and we'll get 150 diplomatic capital. We are actually getting attacked. That's not very nice. Would this be better? Well, we would get Xenomass in range and we would actually get Firaxite in range. This might actually be a better choice. We won't really miss out on anything important if we move here, and we will gain 2 pretty nice tiles as a result. I like that plan. The aliens are coming. Let's start that city already. Done. And we got a soldier unit. He's probably going to be useful. And by that I mean he's definitely going to be useful. You need to heal up. And the worker can get started. Well, actually he kind of can't. Because we obviously can't improve the floodstone yet. So, let's go into diplomacy. Now that we have 150, we could improve our basic perk. Or we could add a new personality trait. And there are quite a lot of options here. I'm not sure if I'm going to read through all of those. Well, we can check the basic effect. So, we could increase our city orbital coverage. We could get a political trait that will give us covert agents finish operations 50% more quickly and 20% less likely to die in an operation. Okay, so that makes our agents more efficient, basically. We could get extra yield from international trade routes, so plus 20%, then 25%, and then 30%. We could get extra experience for military units. We could also gain 4 science per turn for each active agreement initiated by us. Then plus 8, plus 12. We could also get a discount to purchase units and buildings. Up to 30%. That's a pretty nice one. Virtues cost less culture. Percentage based too. For each active agreement initiated by you. Plus 10%, 20 and 30% conversion rate for city developments. City plots are 10%, 15%, 20% cheaper to acquire with culture. I kind of like this one. And gain health for each active agreement initiated by us. So there are some interesting choices here. And there are also agreements. So these agreements are basically agreements that leaders can make if you have these personality traits. So these are the agreements other leaders can make with you because of this personality trait. I'll show you the agreements really quick. So this is also a major consideration, actually, when selecting the traits. So this is a whole new layer that didn't exist in the game before. I kind of like this part. Alright, I think this is a good moment to make a cut and finish the first episode. So, I hope you enjoyed the first part. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.